Hi, welcome to Charlotte's Cooking Show. I'm Charlotte. This is our Valentine's Day edition, and today we are making herb and garlic butter crusted roast beef. This is the only way I make roast beef now, and once you see the process, trust me, you'll do the same. I came across this recipe while scouring for new ideas on how to make a great roast beef dinner. And I was so surprised with the way that it's done that I said, I just have to give this a try. It's so unusual. You cook it at 500 degrees for about 6 minutes per pound. I'll explain all that as we get going, but you'll probably say 500 degrees, that's wild. And it is a little wild, but trust me, it's really, really worth it. The first step in this recipe is to start with the butter. 1 whole cup of butter, which seems like a lot, I know, but it makes it really, really delicious. So we're starting with 1 cup of butter. You're gonna put it in a microwavable dish like this, and you're just going to soften it for about 10 seconds. Don't melt it, just soften it, and then it'll be so much easier to spread over the roast beef. All right, so 8-10 seconds in the microwave, it just makes the butter that much easier to work with because it won't spread when it's cold. So this is the way to do it. Quick little hack for you. I have some herbs to add to the butter that's been softened and mixed up. I've got fresh today, but you can definitely use dried herbs as well. I have oregano, thyme, and rosemary. When you're taking a thyme branch like this, a little stem, instead of picking one thing off at a time, you hold it near the top where the stem is a little bit thicker, and you just pull your fingers down and pull all the leaves and they come right off. It's a great little tip. I've got my herbs all ready to go here, about a tablespoon of each. So I've got some rosemary, I've got some thyme, and the oregano. And now we're gonna add about a teaspoon of salt and fresh ground pepper. So our butter mixture is looking really, really decadent, but we're not done yet. We're adding the best part. I have 7 cloves of garlic to add in, and it's really good. I'm using my Pampered Chef garlic crusher, which is the ultimate tool. Just crushes them through, sends it in, and yeah, you just fill the bowl with these 7 cloves of garlic. So I have a big family, so I've got a big family-sized roast here. This is just a sirloin roast, and they're usually the best ones to get. But before you baste it, if the roast has some twine, butcher's twine around it, you should take that off and baste it without the twine underneath. Just makes it easier when it comes time to cut it and serve it. Our roast is ready to go. We've got our butter mixture here. I have this offset spreader. Any kind of a spreader is easy. And we're basically going to decorate this like a cake. So this is why the butter needs to be soft and not cold. And you're just going to spread it all over the roast. All right, we cook this roast in kind of a pan like this that has a metal insert because the roast is going to sit on this, and then all of the beautiful butter and all of the juices and the herbs and stuff are going to kind of drain down into the bottom, and we're going to use that juice to make the gravy. So I'm just gonna finish the last side here. The key to success with this one is having your preheated oven at 500 degrees. Don't worry, things might get a little smoky, but just crack open a couple of windows. It'll all be worth it. But 500 degrees is really, really important. And it's about 6 to 7 minutes per pound at 500 degrees. And then you turn the oven off. You don't open the door, and you just let it sit for 2 hours after it's done. The roast is done. It looks fantastic. It smells even better. And now it's time to make the gravy that goes with this meal. To make the gravy, I'm going to start with my strainer. This is really important because we want to make sure we catch any of the burnt bits or anything like that from the bottom of the roasting pan. We'll catch it through the strainer so your gravy's nice and smooth. And then we will add some more ingredients over on the cooktop. So on the cooktop here, we've got our beautiful leftover juices from our roast. We're going to add in about a tablespoon of flour. So you're just gonna kind of lightly dust it over the juices here. And then you're going to use your whisk. Give it a quick whisk in, and the flour is what you're going to have to thicken your gravy. And then you're going to add in your beef stock. I've got 2 cups here. And this is the gravy you'll use on your roast beef, on your mashed potatoes, whatever it is you want to serve with your roast, but it is the most delicious gravy. So are you ready to see the inside of this roast? Cooking at this high temperature and then letting it sit for those couple of hours, it allows the roast to cook from the outside in. So once we cut in, you'll see that it's probably a perfect medium, maybe medium well towards the outside, but it's a beautiful roast. And this works with any kind of roast. If you had a tenderloin or a sirloin roast, any kind of roast works well. But look at that beautiful color inside. Oh my gosh. So I really hope you'll give our herb and garlic butter crusted roast beef a try. It's a delicious dinner. And maybe for Valentine's Day, you can make it for your special someone or a friend or your family, or maybe your steady 10. Give it a try. It's a really delicious way to have a roast beef. And I'm a fan, huge fan. So let's, stop talking about it and let's have a bite. We've got our beautiful brown gravy here. Pour that all over the roast beef, a little bit over some mashed potatoes and some green beans. It's a perfect family meal. Doesn't that look delicious? Now it's time to have a bite. Oh my gosh. Herb and garlic butter crusted roast beef. You need to make this.